So former Diablo and World of Warcraft dev Mark Kern, aka Grummz on Twitter, just got roasted by Bethesda for his absolutely awful take that he posted on Twitter, and he deserves it. Skip it up and that up. So Grummz, that's what he goes by on Twitter, that's his handle, aka Mark Kern. He was part of the World of Warcraft team, he worked on Diablo 2, so he's a veteran. He had a really stupid take, though, a couple days ago about Starfield. Now, keep in mind, if for some reason you're new to my channel and you don't know much about me, I'm not very excited for Starfield. Not that I have anything against it. I'm not, like, oh, it looks like crap. I just, I have lukewarm interest, let's say, and I'll just play it on Game Pass. So there you go. My point being is that I'm not trying to white knight for this game. I'm just calling it as I see it. And this was on August 19th that Grummz posted this tweet about the start screen for Starfield. And this is what he had to say. The physiognomy of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. Starfield's start screen shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team overworked or a team that didn't care, which then he was doing word salad with everyone calling him out, saying, I didn't say they didn't care. I didn't say that the game's going to suck. I just said they didn't care. You said they didn't care, so sit down. And everyone was calling you out on it. Well, Bethesda came forward. Here you have a legendary dev, whether you like the guy or not, saying that the game, this major game, that's a lot is riding on this game for both Bethesda and Microsoft. And you have this seasoned developer coming out and saying something so horrible and kind of careless like this. Well, Bethesda clapped back, and deservedly so. Well, besides everyone else on the internet, on Twitter, or whatever the hell you want to call it now, XYZ, roasting Mark Kern yesterday on the platform, Pete Hines, who is the head of publishing over at Bethesda, he had something to say as well, and it was pretty awesome. Now, someone on Twitter said to Pete, in a sarcastic way, agreeing with him, hey, DC Deacon, next time you and the lovely folks over at Bethesda Games, instead of rushing to make a game with many systems, factions, and choices and ways to play, I would urge you to only focus on the title screen. Yes, because just focus on the title screen. Forget about the actual meat and potatoes of the game, what people are concerned about. Make sure that Mark Kern is satisfied with your start screen. So you guys won't appear hasty or quote unquote simply don't care. That is where really, like, dude, seriously, you're allowed to have an opinion, but it was stupid. Let's continue. This is what Pete Hines had to say. Or they designed what they wanted, and that's been our menu for years and was one of the first things we settled on, which, as if you remember, Mark Kern says usually it's a start screen is the last thing developers work on. Having an opinion is one thing. Questioning out a developer's, quote, care, unquote, because you would have done it different is highly unprofessional coming from another dev. And I agree. It's just... And then Mark Kern was just like, yeah, that's a good start screen. That's a good start screen. That's a good start screen. And then anyone who didn't agree with him, he was like, what's wrong with you? I never said they didn't care. I just said they didn't care. It's weird because I'm always one who defends people. Like, look, you're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to have a dumb opinion. But, Mark, what you're seeming to forget with how defensive you're getting, which probably means deep down behind your ego, is people are also allowed to call you out on your opinion. You left your opinion, let people call you out on it, but you're sitting there quote tweeting and defending your honor all day and showing start screens that you approve of is just weird. And some of the start screens, I was like, some of them look worse than Starfield's, and you're saying those look better. It's almost like you may have different taste than other people, Mark, and you, as a developer of some of the most legendary games of all time, saying that Bethesda Games just didn't care or they rushed out the game is very damaging. It's not like you're just a loudmouth, middle-aged, bald Italian YouTuber who just has opinions. You're a staple of the industry. And to say something like that about a game that people work their asses off on and making broad assumptions from a start screen, it was just an irresponsible thing to do. Again, you could have those opinions, but we and the rest of the community could call you out on them. And if that's not okay and you're going to sit there and fight all day, I mean, you could go ahead. I've had Twitter spats before too. But you kind of just look dumb right now. And it just looks like you don't want to take the L or hold the L, whatever the hell it's called, or hold the bird. The bird is the L. There you go. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Make sure you follow me on RTU streams and buy some merch. There's merch below in the description. And it involves Philip Burnell. Pixel art. That's all I'll say. No, it's not. May 1st burst. Goodbye.